Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah, okay, I get it. Um, Stupid notification came up on the screen and just blocked everything out. I'm like, what the hell? Good afternoon, everyone. It's your girls from Obscurations. Me, Tay, her, Dana. And we're talking about, we missed last week because it flew by and I don't even know where it all went so quickly. But we're here to talk about House of the Dragon, episode 3 and 4, because Big Brother ran too late for me on a Sunday to then watch to watch House of the Dragon immediately afterwards because I'm on day shift this week. So it was very rude. I couldn't watch them back to back. I had to rush home today, watch it right after work. God, this season's so good. And we're already halfway through it.
I know.
Like, that makes me sad.
It's gonna go by so fast and then we're gonna wait like
Yes.
2 years for the next season.
Yeah, forever. And the next season will be the last season. I hope they do like 10 episodes for the last season, so that way at least end on a high note, like all of the episodes we can get.
Mm.
So last week it was less, I would say it was less action heavy and more focused on, it really showed, and I actually really liked it because it did a good job of showing Rhaenyra starting to have the crazy turn, the madness that hits for Targaryens, where you could hear it, like they did the scenes with it. They showed it, and they didn't show it in a way where it's just like, oh, people going, oh, she's crazy. Like you watched her go through things, and you could see her struggling, where she's like anxiously picking at her fingers, kind of thing, playing with things, uncertain about what to do about any of the stuff. Obviously,
Yeah,
having her period didn't help.
it's the descent into madness, right?
Yes.
So nobody just goes stark raving mad. It's a descent, and the things that happen leading up to determine how fast the descent is.
Yes. Like, I think they did a better job with showing her descent into madness, far better than what they did with Dany in Game of Thrones. Because they just, like, for her, they just made it, there it is. She's gone mad like all the other Targaryens. Where it's like, okay, none of that made any sense for her. It's like, had they done this kind of a descent like what they're
Those
doing.
crazy Targaryens.
It's that damn white hair, I tells you. Get some.
Hey now.
I was waiting for that.
Don't be picking on the white hair. Yeah, I liked episode 3 because it was informative.
Yes.
I got more information, maybe a little bit more backstory on some things.
Hmm.
Last night's episode, because not so much back to action, but now we're seeing, and you put it perfectly, Damon actually finally being a father.
Which, again, because I haven't actually finished reading the book, I haven't gotten to that part. I can remember. So this is. Wait, what season is this? This is season 3, right? Yes, this is season 3.
Yes.
Had to think about it. I'm like, crap, did I miss a season? Um, so I can remember two. No. Oh no, this would actually be 4 years ago because it was during season 1. I can remember people like berating HBO and the showrunner for how they wrote Daemon because apparently he's actually more fatherly in the novelization. He actually did like oh Lena when Lena second wife I think it was like not his first technically because he killed the other one. Um, when his second wife died, he was actually distraught about it and he actually comforted his daughters. But they didn't do that at all in the show. They made him so cold and detached.
Yeah.
which so Dana and I, while I was watching last night's episode today, I'm sitting there texting with Dana going, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god," the entire time. And I had said to her that you don't notice it when you go, like, if you just watch the season and then you don't watch it again for another 2 years and you just go into the next season, you're not going to notice the development of Damon's character and
Right.
story arc because you just see him, you're kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, he's still, bloodthirsty, going around killing people. But when you actually watch them all back to back to back, you actually see how he's changed and how he's kind of curbed his bloodlust to a certain degree, we shall say. Not fully, but it was last night's episode's the first time that in the TV series you see him kind of go into his fatherly nature and being like, Reina, we can figure this out. We'll do something. Like, maybe if we go before her and we beg and we do this and we do that, like, it'll be okay. I'll figure something out. And she just says, no, I'm just going to stay in exile.
And
And
she's right because Damon is thinking that Rhaenyra would forgive her.
mm,
No. She's too far gone down that hill now
yeah.
that even knowing that it was Rhaena that was that was riding Sheep Stealer. No, she would have her killed, and they would probably have one of the other dragons take out Sheep Stealer.
And I think it would have been interesting to see because obviously, I know from all of the things I've seen online and how mad people are that they essentially just deleted the character Nettles and gave that story to Reyna. Um, and that it's so completely different from what happened in the book. But I would have been curious since they're already not following the way of the book anyways. I would have been interested to see what would have happened um, had she gone to King's Landing with her father and Rhaenyra saw her. It would have been an interesting dynamic to add because I think it would have added to the descent of madness of, do I kill my stepdaughter, cousin, niece? No, cousin. My
My
stepdaughter,
my
cousin.
my stepdaughter niece.
Would it be niece because it's her
Yeah,
uncle?
because um Rhaenyra supposedly male married Laenor, right?
Oh. So it would literally be her cousin, niece, stepdaughter. That's that's just such a small family tree. It's just a twig. Just a twig
Of
with one little
inbreeding.
branch.
And so let's talk about that inbreeding.
So much.
Uh because I know Norm didn't pick up on it, but he's a man.
That sounds about right.
When Allison was talking to, I can never remember the daughter's name,
Helena.
Helena, and she's looking at her, she looks at her boobs. I'm like, bitch,
She
she pregnant. Norm's like, how can you tell? I'm like,
the
A,
boobs.
her boobs are like completely swollen. I go,
Yep.
and she's like almost protective with her hand
Mm-hmm.
over her stomach. I
Yep.
go, she's pregnant. Norm's like, oh, I don't think so. Who would have got her pregnant? He goes, cause Aegon's gone. I'm like,
Does he not realize? I mean, number one, the timeline of the show.
no, I think he thinks that the week in between episodes is actually a week in the show.
Like, it's one of those things where I'm going to have a talk with him on Saturday when we play D&D and D and be like, so Norman, I'm just going to tell you this, bud. The entire War or Dance of the Dragons takes place over a 2 year span. It starts literally the day, like season two. Yeah, season two starts the day after her father's been killed, or 2 days after. Or sorry, he died, not was killed.
Yeah.
Um, 2 days after he died, like everything, all of this is happening in a very short amount of time. So
Yeah.
very easily could be from Aegon, or arguably, I want to say it's more so in the books from what I or book from what I've seen online that Aemon seemed to have a thing for Helena. So it's like, okay, is it? I mean, he's already kissed his mother. Why not also be with his sister too? Is
Well,
it?
considering said sister was married to his brother,
Yeah.
so but the whole dynamic and this V and I had this conversation while I was waiting to get my tooth fixed because I chipped my tooth on Friday and I had to go get it fixed today. V and I were talking because she was like, "That episode was amazing."
Mm-hmm.
Allison is going to be so protective of Helena now because if Helena, it's not an if, Helena being pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
she's now carrying an heir.
Yep.
And even though she killed Otto Hightower, Rhaenyra killed Otto Hightower, she finds out Helena's pregnant. That baby has to die,
Mm-hmm.
or Helena has to die before that baby's born.
Yep.
So it's going to be interesting to see how shifty Allison gets in the next few
Right.
episodes in trying to keep that secret.
Yeah, because that's going to be a hard one to keep secret where you're like, okay, and obviously you're talking about like medieval kind of settings. They didn't
Hmm.
have a way of telling what gender the baby was going to be. And then I think it was last episode that we talked about it, that it's seeing as you're the queen sitting on the throne, you can't really deny another queen wanting to rule the seven kingdoms. So you've just doubled your claimants to the throne that you
Yeah.
then have to concern yourself with, where you're like, okay, well, even if you have a little girl, I'm sitting on the Iron Throne as a woman. You're like, ooh, before I wouldn't have worried about her being a contender. Now, well,
I'm curious as to what Laris and Aegon are up to,
yes.
and if they're the ones responsible for painting Queen of Bastards.
Well, no, because they're not anywhere near there, so they wouldn't have been the ones who would have painted it.
Oh, okay. I
Because
misunderstand
they're
that.
at
I thought they were in King's Landing.
no, they're at what was it called? Rook's Rest, where Melee's died. That's why her
Okay.
dead body's still there. Because she was the dead body that was still hanging over the castle wall when they got there
Oh, that
and was
must have been when I
headless.
sneezed. I sneezed like 7 times in a row, and I heard Norm go, "Oh!" And when I looked up, they were coming out of the bush, and that's where Aegon's dragon was,
Oh, yep,
and that's what I thought he was talking about. So, oh yeah, I totally missed that. I'm gonna have to
yep.
rewatch it now.
Because it was, I mean, obviously Melee's was my favorite, along with Rhaenys. So obviously I have a very special spot in my heart for her. But seeing as she's also the only one who doesn't have a head for a dragon anymore makes it really easy to identify her.
Hmm.
But I'm surprised that Aegon hasn't gotten them caught already,
Oh, I
just
know.
because of the fact it's like, dude, you know these people are against you, and yet you're being dumb enough to argue with them and say, do you know who you're talking to? You don't even have a weapon, bud. You can barely walk. You have your fellow cripple who also cannot walk and will not fight. he will sail your ass down the river in an instant. I have no doubts about that.
Yeah.
Lars has no loyalty whatsoever. He just does whatever can get him further ahead in life. That's literally it.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, so that storyline is interesting. And
Mm-hmm.
now let's talk about Mr. Hightower, Allison's brother,
You mean her uncle?
her uncle.
I would say her
Sorry.
brother's the one over with
Yeah,
Crispin.
the uncle is the one that has
Yeah.
Darren Targaryen.
Yep. Ormond Hightower. He's
Let's talk about him.
oh
Woo! Did he show his true colors this episode? I
right.
mean, I thought he was a little suspicious, and even before even before he handed over that blonde-headed kid to Daemon,
Mm-hmm.
I said to Norm, that's not a Targaryen.
Mm-hmm.
I said something's going on. He wouldn't just hand him over like that. He wouldn't. It wouldn't just be here's the kid,
Yeah, here you go.
right?
You can have
Do
him.
as
I'm
I'm
fine.
told and go forth, you know. Um. So yeah, it's. I mean, I don't trust anybody Team Green,
No,
but
absolutely
I
not.
trust him the least.
Which is saying something because I thought that Otto Hightower would be the worst. And then meeting him, I was like, okay, there's definitely something sus about him, with his smelling sense and all that. And then seeing him in this episode, like for the beginning part of it, where he gets out of the bathtub all naked and front of me, he's like, well, I need a good night's sleep. And so I need to have your chambers for sleeping in. And
Yeah.
don't worry, my men will be well behaved. And then
Well behaved.
he gelds his guy and breaks his arm and then
But I
gets
have
him.
a wife.
Then I guess you should have kept it in your pants, huh, bud? And then you have him suddenly lose his temper to the nth degree. He gets the little raven, unrolls it. Leave us. Pardon, my lord? Us! And then loses his ever loving mind as he starts just smashing the shit out of the table. And you knew his nephew had seen this before because Darren, like, basically ran across the room to get further away from him before it exploded out. I'm like,
What
the
kills me was
fuck?
Ormond's footman just standing there with his hands behind his back. Like,
Yep.
let it all out and I'll pick up the chair when you're done throwing your hissy
Right?
fit.
Okay, you done? Good, you done. Here's your chair. Like, is this usual? Is this normal for him? Oh, okay, it's normal for him. Cool, cool. What could possibly go wrong with this?
So what do you think the paper said?
Trying to think. So, we got to remember. So, last episode, Eamon, after kissing his mama, hopped on his dragon, went and burned the living hell out of Harrenhal, jumped down, cut the
Got
throats
stabbed.
of all of those boys, got stabbed in the back, and then went towards Alice, the bog witch there, and said help. And now he's mysteriously missing, along with his giant ass dragon. Going, okay, don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Which we obviously know nothing happens to him because Vagar is the one that um, takes out Krax, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's Caraxes who takes out Vagar because
Okay.
they get into the
They
fight,
both
and
die.
yeah, or say all four of them die in that same fight trying to take out each other. So he's still alive, but at the same time, Lord freaking knows with any of the thing that goes on with it, just because they've changed it so much from the books. It's hard to tell what they're actually going to keep and what they're going to get rid of. Because I know, according to the book lore, he, I don't know if he actually even gets wounded, but he actually ends up in a relationship with Alice the witch. She becomes pregnant and then tries to claim that child as the heir to the Iron Throne because why not throw another one into this mix? Uh but then after him suddenly like the troops arrive to Harrenhal to find that their Lord Commander man there isn't there,
Hmm.
supposedly. And then his loyal hand Crispin and Uncle Hugh. They're like, oh, okay, well, we need to do this. No, we need to do this. No, we need to do that. And then sends off the little birds. I'm like, okay, did he actually send what Cole said? And it's like, okay, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. Or did he send something and he's like, yeah, you're fucked, bud. You're by yourself. Ha ha. Can't find
I
Vagar. He's missing. Or she's
I
missing.
do like how they all just automatically, without like sending word to anybody else, they're all automatically like a um Aemon ran away. Aemon took like don't give
Right?
the guy the benefit of the doubt or anything.
It's like, have you met
Fucking
Eamon?
Harrenhal's practically burned to the ground, but yeah, Aemon ran away.
And it's like, I don't know if you all have met him. He is not really a give up kind of fella. I mean,
Exactly.
he lost his eyeball fighting because he wanted to keep a dragon. Like, pretty sure he ain't going anywhere. I think he's going to be able to be found.
Right?
But it was interesting to see that kind of carry through. And there was another one that I was just thinking of where I'm like, okay, that one of the storylines, I'm trying to remember what the hell it was. Oh my god, though, not what I was originally going to say. Freaking, um, what the hell is the name? Hugh the Hammer and
Wolf.
Ulf. Yeah, him and his, can I get some favors for you? So my
I know.
friend would like to be
Norm's laughing.
pardoned.
I said to him, I go, could you imagine going up to the Queen? So my friend's got some parking tickets.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about the details. I just need you to pardon him. Uh,
Oh,
excuse you? What you mean?
it made perfect sense for her to say, "Don't bother me with this. Go away."
Yeah,
In her nice speech.
the way that she handled that was so good. When he was like, "Oh well, it's my belly," and she's like, "No, no, mine. You are mine. You are owned by the crown now. You use our dragons. You will stay here. No more bars for you." The look on his face, and I laughed because I turned to my mom, and when what's his face, Hugh asked to go to Tumbleton, and then laughed. I was like, I still don't understand why he betrays her and switches teams while he's there. I will never understand that. Even after watching it, I'm sure I'll still not understand
He
it.
does?
Yeah, he betrays her in one of the next episodes
Fucker. I liked
because,
him too.
right? And that's the part that I had a hard time with because I reread it several times. I can remember Googling it the first time that he appeared because I'm like, oh, okay, I want to read about the bastards and hear about this and that. And then when I saw about him, I'm like, no. And then you see him on screen, I'm like, no, he can't. No, no, no. They're going to change the story. It can't be. No, I don't like this. I don't like this. No, no, no. Whereas Ulf, I'm like, yeah, I totally get him betraying her because he's
Oh, he'd
upset
sell
that
her
he's.
out for a bag of coin in no time.
Oh well, exactly. Like that's why to me, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes complete sense. And when she told him no more bars, I'm like, oh. Turned to my mom, like, there you go. That's the reason why he betrays her. He's like, she said I can't go to the taverns anymore. That's enough for me. Burn the bitch. Burn the bitch.
Yeah, so I thought it was a very good episode. I was very,
Yes.
very happy with it. I'm happy with this season. I'm just
Yes.
sad that there are only 8 episodes because it feels like it's gone by so fast. We're 50%, and I'm like, God damn, it's
Right?
almost over already.
Like we're
Like it'll
halfway
be
through
over
there.
by
this time next
Mid-August.
month. Yeah. Like it's going to be done so freaking soon and I'm not going to be ready for it. And it's like there's so much to get into there. And I also want to say Orman and his I find it weird that his nephew never refers to him as uncle or by his name. He doesn't even say lord. He says sire, which is usually specifically for a king. So I found that weird that he continuously calls his uncle, yes, sire, yes, sire. Never lord, never uncle, nothing like that. Darren always calls him sire. I'm like, well, that seems weird. And then when he's suddenly like, oh, we're the better men. The Targaryens are beasts and they use these atrocities, these dragons to do things with, and we're technically better, and then makes him kill an innocent man who had defended his
Sure.
wife and sister from being raped. Like you could see how scared Darren was of his own uncle at that point. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, like what the hell? It's like, Allison, I don't think you did a good choice with giving your son over to him because now he's trying to fill your son's head with, hey, you should be king too. Like, okay, that's enough claimants. This is getting as bad as Game of Thrones, where you're like, there's 5 million claimants to the throne.
Right?
Enough. Like, dear
My turn
God.
to sit on the chair.
Ow, it stabbed me in the bum. Okay, unworthy, get gone. Like,
So yeah.
I'm curious to see how it's all gonna go forward. And I'm curious too about what they're gonna say, because I'm assuming they have to have a storyline in mind for it, as to why Darren doesn't have the white hair of a Targaryen, because in the books he does. He looks like his brothers and his sisters. He has the white
Yeah.
hair of a Targaryen, but in this they made it very distinctly like, oh hey, he has his mom's hair color.
Yeah.
And kind of like, oh okay, seems a little weird, an odd thing to change, but okay,
But
sure.
it could be they did that so that not so much the Targaryen side of him, but the Hightower side
Mm-hmm.
is the prominent. He's got Hightower genes. Mm.
Right.
That, and I think that's what's pumping Ormond up is the fact that he's got the dark hair, so he's got Hightower genes. Leave the Targaryens alone. Worthless dragon riders.
Yeah. How dare they come in with fire breathing beasts like this? It's like, yeah, 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 there's gonna be fire breathing beasts.
Big
Kind of weird. Like,
ones.
don't know if you noticed, but those things are kind of deadly. Like, okay. But I know where one of the points I was going to say earlier when we were talking about Daemon and him being a daddy for a change, where he found Rhaena and was trying to convince her so badly to come back. And then this is where it's one of those things where you're like, okay, you can see he softened over the years. He was trying really hard to protect his daughter and keep her safe. But then at the same time, he looked down and he saw a sheep herder. And he was like, well, I mean,
That's a head I could use.
I can't let you live because you saw me and my daughter here, anyways. I think I'll just take your head off. Let's roast it a little bit, and then brings it back and just slams it down in front of Rhaenyra. I was like, oh, yeah, that's him. I did it for you. I'm like, oh, this is going to come back in some way, shape, or form. I don't know how, but something's going to happen. It's going to be
I think,
bad.
oh, definitely something's going to happen. And I think at some point, um, Rhaena is going to ride Sheep Stealer into King's Landing.
That's what I'm kind of wondering. Like,
What kills me is the dragon has a name. Who gave that dragon a name? He's a wild dragon. Who gave him a name?
well, I'm kind of like, just because they called it sheep stealer, I'm assuming. it was just one of those things that all the locals, because he went around stealing sheep, that he just went around eating them, and everyone was like, "Oh, we call him sheep stealer because he steals sheep." That's kind of what I'm thinking,
Yeah,
but
I guess.
I did find it interesting that based on some of the artwork that I've seen for the character Nettles, because obviously Raina had the longer, like the dreads in her hair,
Hmm.
whereas we saw last night that she had instead like the shorter hair kind of frayed and frizzed out, which actually kind of looks more like the images that I've seen of Nettles online, which I don't know if they're actually from the book art or I'm assuming from artwork that George R. Martin has put out.
I
But
thought maybe she cut her hair after she went back to the Vale, and she said, "I'll stay out of sight if
mhm.
I'll offer you protection. You've always wanted a dragon. I'll stay out of sight if you don't tell anybody I'm here." I thought maybe when her and Sheep Stealer left, she cut the dreads out of her hair because her hair looked short and
Well, it looked short, and but it almost looked like she'd been kind of dirtying it too. Like it almost looked like at points it kind of reminded me of like if someone would have been around the fire and singed off her hair because it had such a sooty look to it.
yeah.
So, and I
Well,
mean,
that's probably how she got it off, was to burn it, right?
that's what I was kind of thinking. Just because I mean, maybe use sheep stealer and be like, okay, just a low level flame, just a low level flame, bud.
Dracarys!
Oh no, bald spot.
My ear, not my ear, just the hair.
But it was interesting to see that. And she did use one of the lines, I guess, because what I've seen from it online, Nettles, when she was asked how she managed to get a dragon of her own and teach it and ride it and all that kind of stuff without knowing High Valyrian, without being Valyrian or Targaryen, she'd said that she fed it sheep and just earn its trust. So that's how she ended up with the dragon. So it was interesting to see that they were like, okay, yep, here's the link to the book where, okay, yes, you understand that we just kind of trimmed out a character. Here she is. She's getting her story. And then those poor sheep that were so close. I wonder if Caraxes went and ate the um, the sheep that were there with the sheep herder guy.
Well, probably.
Like, you know what? We don't want to waste a meal. Like Darian's or Darren's dragon, who was like, "Oh well, if you're done killing that human, I guess I'll roast him and eat him." Waste not, want not.
That's what I said to Norm. I go, dragons don't eat raw meat. They always pre-cook
Right?
it.
I find that kind of interesting to see that it's a trend that's carried through all of it, where even in Game of Thrones, you'd see them grab fish, for example, when they were the little baby ones. You'd see them toss it up in the air. It was always cooked meats. Like they don't seem to like the raw stuff.
Raw and really.
They are not identifying with Golem at all. They're like, that needs to be cooked. We're with Sam on this. Samwise was very wise indeed. They like potatoes as well.
We're with the well done people.
Yep. We would like these extra crispy. So I'm curious to see what next week brings. I'm excited for it. Hopefully, it's not an hour and a half long episode of freaking Big Brother again. So that way I
I
can
think
watch
I
them back to
think
back.
I think those the first and the second were the long ones because they were the first two. I
Supposedly,
think
it's
we
supposed to
should be
be every Wednesday is going to be 90 minutes. The other two are
said
supposed to
that.
only be. Yep. Sunday and Thursdays are hour longs, and Wednesdays are supposed to be 90 minutes. So I should be clear for Sundays. I just need to be clear for the next four, and then it'll be done
Yeah.
for the season, and then I'll be fine.
And then we can talk about Big Brother on Thursday.
Yes. So that's what we're going to be doing is Thursdays we're going to do lives on TikTok and do kind of like predictions of what we think is going to happen at the live eviction, what we think of everyone so far, my anger towards the fact that Angela's back in the fucking season.
Save it for Thursday.
Yep. Just
Because I've
bottle it
got
all
so
up.
much to say.
Oh, anger.
So much.
But yes, I think we did a good job discussing this week's episode and last week's episode. We'll be back next Monday to promptly talk about whatever happens on this next episode
Absolutely, absolutely.
because I feel like we might there's going to be a battle of Tumbleton. So that's going to be an epic battle. I'm just not sure. I'm assuming that's got to come up in the next couple episodes. And then I'm not sure if they're going to end it on a battle this season or if they're going to do like what they did with the last one, lead up to it and then go, ha ha,
You have to wait.
see you in 2 years, bitches. So yeah,
Be
so we'll see you
interesting.
guys on Monday, I'm assuming.
Yes,
What?
absolutely. So until then, take care, have fun, and enjoy the rest of the week.
Bye, guys.